everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's dye time I'm going to be dyeing these cotton trousers. They are 95% cotton, 5% spandex, so they should dye quite nicely. They have been soaking in soda ash and water for probably about 18 hours-ish now, so they're well and truly soaked. But the first thing I'm going to do is make up the dyes. I have here all dedicated dye equipment, and the dyes I'm using, I'm going to be doing red, orange and yellow. So the two yellows I've got out are Daffodil and Lemon Yellow. They're both Fibre reactive dyes from Dharma. I've got my mask on, I've got my gloves on, and all I'm going to do now is just I'm not going to measure this out because I don't know how much dye I actually need, but I'm going to get a healthy portion out like that. That's supposed to be my mixing spoon. That's fine. I have two other spoons that I got out to go in the dyes. So I'm going to mix this up. Get a nice, I don't know how much dye I'm going to need, but I feel like I'm going to need quite a lot. I'm going to add some lemon yellow in there. Nice healthy spoonful. Plop it in. That really good mix up. I feel like I'm going to need more dye. So I'm going to pour this dye onto the trousers and then give it a good massage in. So let's see. That's a nice yellow. Not sure if there's really that much difference, but I do like that yellow. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more Daffodil, because I know yellows can wash out quite a bit. So I really want to make sure this yellow is good. This will also give me a good idea of how much liquid I need for the other colours. Yeah, that yellow's, there's very little difference between all of them, but that last one is quite darker than the others. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Carefully move everything out of the way. These trousers are for my son. I'm going to start pouring the yellow up the top, make sure I get it like that, and then try and massage it through, making sure it goes all over the place. My son doesn't want any white gaps on this, so I'm going to try and be quite generous with the dye that I'm using. And you know, if there do end up being white patches, I can always over dye. There we go. So this is looking quite good at the moment. I'm really hoping that that's going to be enough. I hope so. Dye's going down. This is why I wanted to do yellow first, because I knew the dye would sort of travel, and I thought if I do yellow first, then the orange and red can sort of go over the top. But if I take up too much space with the orange and red, there's not going to be much space left for the yellow, because yellow gets overtaken. Right, that looks quite good for now. I'm going to sort of scrunch that up roughly, and then have them roughly the same length. I think, yeah, that's kind of what I want for the orange. I know there's a lot of yellow there already, but if I scrunch up where I want the red, there we go, that looks good. Back to colour mixing again. I'm not going to wash this out because I don't mind the yellow sort of mixing with the orange in here, because all the colours are going to mix anyway. But I have cleaned my spoons because I don't want the colours mixing in my dyes. And the oranges I've picked out are creamsicle and orange marmalade. Start with a nice healthy spoon of creamsicle. Let's give that a mix up. So that see a nice lump of dye on that. It hasn't dissolved. Let's have a look, see what this, oh, that lump does not want to mix in. There it is. Let's see. That's a really nice orange on its own, but I do want to mix a bit of orange marmalade in as well because that's a nice colour. So again, a nice healthy spoonful. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's a nice darker, slightly darker one. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to carefully add this to the trousers. Hopefully it won't go too far, oops, up into the yellow. Give this a nice massage. Oh, it's already orange splatters on the yellow. Go, oops, up a bit further. They are going to be, I have warned my son, they're not going to be identical, they're going to be a bit fun. Yeah. If I can keep somehow, this might not be easy, but if I can keep that up there, give this a good mix. It's a fine line for me because I don't want to add too much liquid and then have the dye go everywhere, but I want to make sure that there is enough of the colour there so that it doesn't wash out. For the red, I might use a lot less liquid and just really up the dye. So there's a lot of dye but not much liquid. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I can always come back and add some more later if I feel like it needs it. But for now, I'm just going to leave this little bit of orange. I'm not going to use all of it. Pour it into there. I'm going to use it to dye something else a bit later. And time to make up the reds. And the ones I've chosen are scarlet and chilli fuego. Again, I've cleaned my spoons, but I've not bothered cleaning that. I'm going to do a nice healthy amount of scarlet. I'm going to add a little bit of chilli fuego in there as well. Now, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of water because I want this to pack a punch, but I don't want it to spread everywhere. And now the dye won't actually dissolve. I should have used slightly warmer water. I always forget. Usually it's the yellow based dyes that are a bit chunky and don't like to dissolve in room temperature water. So that's probably, I just add a tiny bit more wet liquid. That's all the liquid I've got out. That's fine. Let's have a look at this colour. Oh, that's a nice bright red. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Just try and stretch this up a bit. And there we go. I quite like this patterning that's here already. If it was me, I would leave them like this, but my son doesn't want any white left. So I'm just gonna do this, massage it through. Maybe I need a little bit more liquid than what I've got. Just added a bit more water to that. Hopefully these will turn out nicely. I'm liking how this looks at the moment. Now, because these are fibre reactive dyes and it's cotton, all I need to do now is just leave this for a couple of days and cross all my fingers that this turns out all right. I can see lots of splashes of orange up on the yellow section. Hopefully that'll be okay. These trousers have been sitting out for 2 days now. So let's give them a wash. This is just plain tap water at the moment. And with cotton and fibre reactive dyes, there is runoff. This sort of runoff, amount of runoff is completely normal. I'm not worried because it doesn't look like the colour in the trousers are actually changing. So I'm just going to let this soak in some plain water for now. And then once the washing machine is finished, I can put this in the washing machine, let it probably rinse on its own first, and then I'll add some old towels to absorb any excess dye. And here are the finished trousers. I've got them at this bit of a weird angle because it's the only way I've been able to get them in the screen. My son absolutely loves these. These have turned out exactly how I was hoping. We've got the nice bright red section down the bottom. We've got the nice bold orange, and the yellow has not been taken over by any other colours. There are some there are some splashes of orange up the top there. And I really quite like what's going on down here. I quite like this. And, you know, if we have a look on this side, there is a little bit more patterning. If I get it in frame, there we go. There is a little bit more patterning going on down on the back side. That will just be how I applied the dye. And because that back side was sitting on the bottom of the tray, that's where all the dye sort of mingled. But how fantastic do these look? My son loves them, and I really hope he takes care of these. What do you think of these trousers? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed making it. I publish a new video every Monday, usually around 6 PM UK time. And I do like to experiment with in my videos. I do like to dye clothes for my children and for myself. I'm not just yarn dyeing anymore. I do all sorts of dyeing now, which I'm loving. I'm really liking my dyeing journey at the moment. It's a lot of fun. So make sure you are subscribed and turn notifications on so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you so much for watching.